It's another episode of Connect with your child with Eden Blessing, and I'm so glad to be here. If you are just joining us for the first time, this is the Arrows community, and in the Arrows community, we bring you tips every Tuesday that helps you connect well with your child. And throughout this month, we have been talking about words, how our words can help us connect well with our children. Okay, if you are just joining us and have not watched the other videos, you could after now scroll down and take time to watch the videos and see how you can connect well with your children by the words. Okay, I have had a couple of parents or people ask me these web tips on how to use our words rightly. How do we make them work well? Because it's not that easy. Sometimes when I want to apply them, I find out that my child just throw one tantrum or behavior, and I find myself going back to the old way of using my words wrongly. So the question is, how do I make use of my words rightly? How do I curtail myself that even when my child is bringing out or exhibiting a kind of behavior, I'm still using my words rightly? The first thing I say to them is parenting or your words, using your words rightly, it's not an emergency. That's the first thing. And when you long we always say that parenting is not an emergency. Many of us want everything to work just immediately. We want our child to start behaving immediately in that perfect way, but it doesn't work like that. Even your words, you want to start making use of your words rightly, you want your child to start aligning to the way you use your words. It will not just happen, and it will not just happen as they go. It takes time. It takes time. That's why we need to keep doing it. It might just be in a little, but to keep using it rightly, never give up, because that's where most persons miss it. They start doing it and probably it's not playing out. It's not yielding results, or it's not giving that result immediately, and they feel that they are tired. But it will not yield results if we at a point get tired. So it's not an emergency. Your words can be used rightly. Your words can make your child, but you need to take your time. You need to enjoy it and see it happen. So how do I use my words rightly? That's what we're going to be discussing in this episode. So I have applied 3 points on how you can use your words rightly. So how do I use my words rightly? How do I use my words wisely? No parent has a child or wants to give birth to a child without having the intention for that child. No parent wants to have a child and not think of how successful that child can be or will be. But many times in the question, how do I go about it, has been what has gone wrong. With all the goals many of us have, I want my child to be this, I want my child to be that. The question is, how are you making sure that child is happy? You've been saying, you want to be intentional with your words, you don't want to speak wrongly. Whatever to say to your child, you have followed it. But the question, how do I go about it? Alright, so first point I outlined here is discipline. You have to be disciplined. And when we say discipline is not just flogging. Discipline is not yelling. Discipline is not shouting. Discipline is control. Disciplines are regulations. Disciplines are systems, structure. When you say I'm disciplined or I want to be disciplined, it starts with yourself. Many of us want to enforce on our children. My child is doing this, I have to make sure she's doing it the right way, without having to first work on our own selves. Okay, so we need to use your words rightly. You need to be disciplined enough. I don't want to speak wrongly. So how do I go about it? I need to be disciplined with what I say. And how can I be disciplined? I need to set structures. I need to set systems. When you set systems on what to say, when to speak, it helps you to speak wisely to your child. It helps you that no matter the behavior your child is exhibiting at a particular point, you are not moved, because there's a structure that is already laid down. There's a system that you're already following. So to speak wisely or to use your words wisely, you need to be disciplined. You words to be discipline. And when we hear discipline, it doesn't just happen once, like I said before. It's those little things, it's not in the big, oh, I want to be disciplined and it must happen now. I must make sure. No, it's just little things you do consistently. Like I said, discipline is consistent. Oh, I want to be speaking right over to a child. I will start with this word. How do I use my words correctly? Number 2, get to the root of every behavior. Get to the root of every behavior. Most times, many of us want to solve a problem from the top without getting to the root of it. That's why we end up using our words the way we don't want to make use of it. Just find that your child start crying. Instead of you just talking to the child unwisely at that point, don't do that. Like, do well to get to know what is causing this. My child is getting angry. Why is he getting angry? Sometimes when our children get angry, it's probably because that's the only way they get your attention. Sometimes if they don't misbehave, you don't get to give them that much attention, and they find out that, oh, if I do this, that's why my mom or my dad will attend to me. They end up exhibiting or displaying such tantrum. So get to the root. Sometimes most children, you get to use your words unwisely with your child, probably during screen time. Some children get so glued to screen time that they don't want to live again, and the only way that their parent can get them out of it is to use wrong words on them. So get to the root of every behavior. Get to the root. You find out that your child is lying. Sometimes what can cause that is because probably they've told you the truth once or twice and you overrated it. They were either beating, they were either did one thing or the other because they said the truth, and they find out they now discovered that the only way to get out of an issue is by lying to you. So get to the root of the issue. Know why your child is displaying a particular tantrum and get to work on it. By so doing, it helps you to call and know how to use it. Because if you get to the root of the matter, it helps you to create systems. Like I said in my first point, that creating system. You can't just create a system without having to know what to focus on. Alright, if you know that your child you use words wrongly when your child gets angry, you now know that, I need to focus on what not to make my child get angry. Just might be it's screen time. We usually have this issue during screen time. You know how to structure your screen time in order not to trigger or make you use wrong words on your child. Yours might be your child doesn't talk well to people. He just speaks anyhow to anybody. Sometimes when you see kids that do that, probably because they're always ordered around, so they don't care how people feel because that was not told to them. So get to the root of the behavior. So when we get to the root of the behavior, it helps you to fix your system. It helps you to fix your structure. But when you fix your system, your habit is fixed. And when the habit is fixed, it tells on the kind of words we release from our mouth. It tells on the kind of words that we speak over our children. And when we start speaking rightly, we start connecting. Just remember, our words will either make or mar our child. Our words will either determine our connection or disconnection. Therefore, we must be careful when the use of our words. We must be careful with the use of our words. And that brings us to the last point that says create healthy identity. This brings us to the last point. How do I use my words rightly? You can use your words rightly by creating a healthy identity. By creating a healthy identity. Consciously create healthy identity for yourself, and to be very easy to influence your kids with it. You can give what you don't have. Know who you are. Know that you are not somebody of just any value. Know that you're not somebody to be taken for granted. Know that you are a royalty. If you have all of this inside you, it will help you to influence your child with it, and it will help you to know that a royalty doesn't talk anyhow. You can't be a royalty and just spit out any word from your mouth. Kings don't talk anyhow because they know that they are accountable to for every of the words that comes out of the mouth. So have that consciousness, create healthy identities around you, and make your children know that that's who they are too. If you tell your child you are a royalty, you are a king, it will make you and your child to be conscious, and you know that, oh, you can't speak to it. If you've ever been to a royal home or a palace, you know that they choose their words. Not every words are meant to be spoken in the palace. Not every environment is conducive for a royalty. They don't sleep everywhere. They don't mingle with everybody. So have such consciousness. It will help you use your words right. It will help you know that your child can be a royalty, and you speak to your child just the way you want. You will be conscious of the words, because you know that such child needs to be spoken to like a royalty. So how do I use my words rightly with my child? Have the consciousness that your child is a royalty. Have healthy identity. Create healthy identity around your child. Give them healthy environment, so it helps you to use your words rightly. When words are used rightly, it helps you to connect well. So the 3 points today: be disciplined, get to the root of every behavior, and create healthy identities. I hope these tips have been helpful. I hope you have gotten, or you have gotten how to be able to use your words rightly. I would love to know at the comment section. I want you to share the link. I want you to invite your friends. I want you to comment. I'll see you next week Tuesday. And in our next episode, next Tuesday, we're going to be discussing, or we're going to be learning how our presence can help us connect well with our children. I'm going to be bringing you scenarios of how your presence can help you connect with your child. You know, some persons say, "Oh, I don't need to be around my children. I don't need to be around them. They don't necessarily need me. I just need to place my structure and everything will be fine." Yeah, I know it's good to have structures. I know it's good to have systems, but we're going to be learning how your presence can help you connect with your child. So I'll see you again next week Tuesday.